it like now for you to be here, see all the fans, and know that this Friday it comes out?
I'm just glad we got to make this movie before I was just in a wheelchair being wheeled into the sun each day with my sandwich. I'm thrilled to be here. It's a dream come true. And you know, it really is a beautiful Cinderella story in the sense that the fans made this movie happen. I always banged on the door at Fox, but it was really the fans who overwhelmed them. When our leaked test footage got on the internet, and they just freaked out and sent them as much hate mail, electronic and otherwise, as possible to make this Deadpool movie, and they agreed to, and here we are. It's really amazing. We live in an age, the power of the internet, they can move mountains. So. And
you were able to help write it, I know. So were you able to a sex scene that goes on for a year? I'm gonna write that.
No, you typically don't, want to write in a sex scene that lasts for a year, but it was sort of Deadpool appropriate. Everything we did in the movie was very specific. I can imagine that I was probably not the greatest guy to work with because I was so annoyingly specific about everything in this film, right down to Deadpool's bed sheets. I mean, these are things that are important to me, so, yeah.
It's nice to see Ben with you, so you're on like a little date night.
We are. This is a perfect date movie.
Date movie than this. And I'm sure you warned him about what you go through with Ryan within a year, condensed in a day.
Of course, but he's a professional, I'm a professional, we know how the job goes. It's very nice to have somebody who understands what you do for a living.
I was busting with Ryan because he said he was able to write that, and he was like, what do I want for a year?
I know, he's very funny about it. And to be honest, it was really, really fun to sit there together and try to come up with absurd ways these two characters would have sex. And that's pretty much what we did. Believe me, you don't want to see what was left on the cutting room floor.
I could only imagine. That would be that's in the extras, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And just being, your character is a badass. So, what was that like for you, just shooting this movie? And, you've done hardcore characters before, but this one's a little different.
Yeah, it was really kind of amazing for the first time to see a character like this in a superhero movie. A woman who can curse, can throw down with the boys, isn't a damsel in distress, doesn't need to get rescued, and that was really fun to play.